Hi Flosstube, I'm Lorre Schickalone. Welcome to Once Upon a Stitch. I am in my craft room and this is my 28th Flosstube video. It's April 15th. Happy tax day, maybe. I'm here to talk about cross stitch and some other crafts that I do. I'm going to start out with a little update. It was my anniversary, April 7th, and my birthday on April 8th. And my husband and I celebrated with James and Amy and Rebecca and Mike, and we did it on 2 different days because Amy does her off-Broadway show on Sundays, so we can't always get everybody together on the same days. Michael sometimes works on Saturdays, so you do what you can. And I just get to enjoy it for a longer period of time. But it was started with a Friday night. I attended a tricky tray at Rebecca's school. It was a fundraiser. I didn't win anything, but that's fine because it's just fun being out, and we did a potluck for the table and we shared with all the people at our table, got to catch up with everybody and have a lot of laughs. And of course there's always those tables that are constantly winning, and we always say we want to sit at them. But we had fun. And then Saturday night, James and Amy took Sal and I out to eat at a Greek restaurant. I have to always be careful what I eat. I'm lactose intolerant, so I can't have dairy. I can't have cheese, which is dairy, and lactose, milk. So sometimes I take my lactate pills, and sometimes they work and sometimes they don't. Though the meal was delicious, I did suffer the consequences because I forgot to take my pills. Anyway, it was all worth it. No, I guess pain's not worth it, but it was a delicious meal and we had fun. And we got to catch up with them on their wedding plans and what they're up to and things like that. And they were working on their save the dates. So that was fun. And then on Sunday, we celebrated with Michael and Rebecca. We got together, had some fun, and but we had to take a break because I had to attend my aunt's funeral. She was 99 years old. She just celebrated her birthday in March 20th, 99, and then 10 days later passed. She was living in Florida with my cousins, her children. They took turns having her live with them, and she was also starting to get a little bit of Alzheimer's, but she was right there with them. She was sweet. She was the most kindest person, and I think she was the craftiest of all the sisters, and maybe siblings. My uncle did do a lot of woodworking things, and most of the sisters except one sewed for a living, and I guess factories and making clothes and getting paid by the piece of what you've completed. Okay, I'm going off on a tangent. So anyway, my Aunt Olga, I'll miss her dearly. The framed piece that's here, Country Gallery, she helped my mother frame that, so I remember her for that. I remember her for a lot more things. When I was little, I always stayed at her house. Her daughter and I are the same age, so we were very close when we were young, even though I lived in the Bronx at the time. In the summer, we look forward to spending a week at each other's house and getting into mischief and whatnot. So, and my uncle made the frame. So my mother was one of 9, but 2 died young, like as children. And my mother was the youngest, though she died young also. Anyway, so on a happier note, thank you so much for all the well wishes that I received through the comments for my birthday and anniversary. They meant a lot. Thank you so much. And okay, I think that's it. Oh, I had a meetup at the library on Tuesday, and I got to share one of my patterns with a friend, Adele. I was stitching an Ursula Michaels piece, which was supposed to be one of my starts for this month, but I wasn't enjoying it. It was mostly back stitching, and though I liked the sentiment of it, I did not enjoy doing it. So I decided, I just said, no, this is not happening. And I said, does anybody want this? And Adele said, oh, I'll take it. glad to turn it over to her. She'll get it done. She loved, she did another piece that had back stitching in it, and she didn't mind it at all. So I gave her the fabric, the floss, and the pattern, and I can't wait to see what she does with it. And then I had another meetup this past week on Thursday at Needleworkers Delight. They have a sit and stitch twice a month for the afternoon, and then twice a month in the evening. I usually go to the afternoon one, and I got to see some good friends, Elaine and Susan and Debbie. Met some new people, and I always am floored by what everybody else is working on. They work on very high count fabrics, and so delicate and beautiful, and every one of them was working on something that I would have loved to have worked on, but I guess it wouldn't look like the same if I did it, because I would do it on a larger count fabric. And I mean, some of it just looks nice, really gorgeous with high count fabrics. So that was my 2 weeks. So now we'll just get into what I've been working on. And I'm going to start off with my crochet basket. I finished it with the handles. I did a couple extra rows because I remembered having not a lot of, but leftover yarn, so I decided to make it a little bit larger. And mine doesn't sit up quite as well because I guess I crochet a little loose, but it's behaving now for you, so I'm glad of that. That was one finish. And then, on another note, on a sewing note, Michael had carrots, something similar to this last year in their store. I don't remember seeing them this year, but basically they were just fabric. The inside was just flipped over and stitched, and then I think he used it for candies and things like that as a decoration. So my friend Pat gave me a pattern for this one, and this is a nice, I gotta say, it's a nicer finish. It's a clean inside finish, and I did one, and I said one was enough, because then you had to thread the ribbon through the casing to tie it, and it was a little fussy, but I mean, it was fun. I'm glad I did one. Before I could bring it downstairs to display it, I just wanted to share that with you. And then my cross-stitching finishes. I showed this one last video that I had stitched it, but I didn't fully finish it, and it's almost fully finished. It has the sheet metal in the back, and it'll go on that stand that I bought for these monthly pieces. But I think instead of doing the regular ribbon, I think I'm going to look for like a tongue depressor, something a little bit wider than a popsicle stick, and glue on some shells that I've accumulated over the years from going to the beach and whatnot, and I think I'm going to use that as a top piece. I have to figure out how to do that. If you have any ideas, let me know. And then as a start and a finish for this month, I did July, and that's where I've gotten on the Year of Celebrations, my hands-on designs. So I finished this, and instead of just doing a bow, I was hoping to look for a pick, like from Michael's or AC Moore, or even Joann's, something small that I could put it up here to embellish it instead of a bow, something different. But I don't see too many of them out yet for the 4th of July. It's still a lot of Easter, so I have some time for that, so I held off on that. And then I showed you the piece that I stitched. It's Land That I Love by Heart and Hand, and I did finally put the rickrack around it, and this is on a piece with sheet metal as well, and I added a bow underneath, and this will be displayed down in my family room. And those are my finishes this week. Okay, then, because I start all the things because I want to have so many whips. Everybody else always asks me, why do you want to have so many whips? Because I do. I want to start it all. I guess that's it. It's the excitement of starting something new, and then after 2 days you put it away, and then whenever you take it out on your rotation, you're like, oh yeah, this is great, I loved it. So it's always that, it's like a new start all the time to me, because you only work on it 2 days, so that's why I do it. And I will be participating in Stitch Mania. I will not do 19 for the year because I want to always put in 2 days. I don't want to just put in a few stitches or stitch for that one day and then go on to something else. I want it to be an accomplishment, just like I'm stitching now. 2 days, it's a great time. Some things might get finished because I do have a couple of smalls thrown in there for Mania, and I'll do a separate video for Mania, and I'll show you what I'm working on. And it's a theme Mania. Okay, so what I've been working on this 2 weeks, in no particular order. This is Nora Corbett, Geranium. Let's see if I can get a little bit closer. Yeah, love this. And I'm stitching it on a 28 count Lugana in Blue Dynasty. Ooh. Let's see, can you see the blue? I'll bring it in closer, but there's the blue. And this is where I've gotten. The first day I did the wings, and then last night I did her and top, bottom, and now she'll be put away till the next rotation. And then I stitched on Alice, and on Alice I did it on a 16 count Ada in Ocean Spray Blue, and I'm loving it. Here, this is on the white and the blue. So, and like I said, 2 days and I'm still loving it, so I'm always happy to go back. The next one was Little House Needleworks, Home of a Needleworker, and I'm doing this on 16 count Doubloon by Picture This Plus, and I love working on this. I realized 16 count, I did the top border and started half the house. It's a big house and a lot of stitching, a lot of windows. I like stitching I like stitching houses. I don't like stitching windows. Go figure. But yeah, there's a lot more windows to be added. And so that's where I got on that one. I tried to take everything out of the bag to move along. Next is Country Cottage Needleworks, Liberty Lane. I'm using some floss that Priscilla suggested on her conversion of it, but I also changed some to my conversion. The bunting I did with Liberty, it's called, by Weeks Dye Works, and that's how far I got. And I gotta tell you, that bunting, though it looks very simple, the first one was great. The second one, I had a frog at the end, like when you go up the corner, like in this section and this, and I had a frog this one as well, because you think you're going one stitch, and then 1 stitches. No, there's a 2 in there in the middle of them, so I always forget that second one and then have to go back and frog. So that took me a while. So, but I'm loving this, and this is on 28 count cinnamon roll that was dyed by Needleworker's Delight. And I have a big enough piece that I'll be able to stitch something else on the bottom section. And one of the things that I didn't get to yet was Egg Hunt. And I'm doing this on a 28 count white Lugana, because that's what it calls for. It says 16 count blanc white, but I'm doing it on a 28 count, and it's Lugana, just plain white, that I picked up at Needleworkers. Okay, that's all my stitching that I got accomplished these 2 weeks, and I got some haul. Let's see, let's start with this. I got a rotating mat. I'm going to be starting to do some quilting again, and it rotates on like that, so that once you put a fabric down and you put your ruler, all you have to do is turn the mat instead of the fabric, because I've been quilting for a while, so I've been turning and then readjusting. It's just quicker, and I finally invested in it. I got it on Amazon actually, and it was cheaper than Joann's. And I picked up a second Morgan hoop for needle punch. I had the smaller one, and the smaller was a 7 and a 3 or 7 and a 5, and the piece that I was working on really didn't even fit in the 7, so I picked up the larger one, and eventually will try this again, probably over the summer. Because I watch Lorre at Mischievous Stitches, I picked up one of these needle bags. Well, not a needle bag, it's a pencil case, and I got the pink version. They start at $18.99. I don't remember if this one was a little bit more because of the pattern, but it unzips, and then if you haven't seen it, it's in a magnet, and the magnet attaches at the bottom, and it stands up, and there's places, there's little Velcro that you can put here. You can put scissors, rulers, needles, and bring it along. And I thought this would be great for retreat instead of bringing a bigger one. So I got that on Amazon, and it's called Sonic Pencil Case. I'll try and remember to attach, not put a link, but write down the name of it at the bottom in case you want to try it. Okay. Haul. I got some more threads. I got some Anchor Black, because I do like Anchor Black, and a few DMCs that I needed. Basically, these are just threads that I needed for projects that I've either kitted and missing a few, and I gotta say the threads do add up. So got that. I got a few patterns. This is Summer House, Fragments in Time, and this is number 6. Isn't that pretty? These are like little pillows. If you, let's see, if I scoot here and I do this, right there, oops, that one right there is one of the pillows from Summer House that I did. I gave the pattern, I believe I sent it out to McKenna. And this one is Fragments in Time, Summer House, number 3. Number 7. This one is the 2018, and this is number 3. That's pretty. That goes with this pillow here. That was number 1 from 2018. I think it was. And this is 2019, number 2, and Fragments in Time, Summer House. It says it's inspired by shaker maps and illustrations. So I got those for some smalls. And then I thought this was a great summer project. Hands-on design, You Had Me at Flamingo. And it comes with the flamingo pin. I think, Ingeborg, I think you purchased this as well. I think I saw that on your last video. So hopefully this summer I'll be able to work on that. And why do I say summer? It's because, well, May is here. Right around the corner, it's going to be Stitch Mania. And then before you know it, it's June. Anyway, I bought some fabric. I think this was so pretty. 32 count Lugana. And this is lavender. It's pretty. I didn't realize I thought I got 32, but I thought I dreamt it. 16 count Ada in parchment. To do some smalls in, because then this will be the equivalent of doing it on a 32 count as far as size wise. This is a 28 count Lugana, and it's called Clay. It's pretty true to color. And I got a 16 count parchment, a larger piece. I might ask one of the ladies at my Tuesday group if she likes this. Sometimes she's looking for pieces to stitch houses on, and she likes stitching on 16 count, so I'll see if she wants that. And I also got it in platinum. And so parchment, platinum, if you can see the difference in the colors. I guess this one's more tannish and this one's like a more grayish. And then I also picked up at Needleworkers Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher, and actually this is the first book that I purchased of this. And if there were a few things that I saw in here that I thought I would like to start. So let me just see if I forgot anything. Next week is Easter on Sunday, and Rebecca's off next week, but she has some obligations. But she's going to try and stop by towards the end of the week, and maybe we can do an update video with Rebecca, and I'll show you what I've stitched on since then, whether it be the new egg hunt and some whips that I might have gotten to, and see what she's been up to. And then I will do a separate video for Stitch Mania. I might do that before and just post it. And so those are the plans basically. I'm hosting Easter. There'll be about 18 of us. Amy will come later because she'll be performing that day. And Mike and Rebecca have to split their time between her parents and us. So this time, dinner there, dessert here. And let's see, what else? Let me just make sure I touched everything with you, and I think I have. Thank you for stopping by. I wish those celebrating Happy Easter, Happy Passover, and till next time, happy stitching. Take care. Bye, guys.